Well, to Iraq, where the government military forces are fighting back against those Sunni terrorists. You know, ammo has been running very low, so low that they actually ran out of Hellfire missiles. So the U.S. is now rushing 75 more Hellfire missiles to Iraq to replenish Baghdad's arsenal. But the new supply will last only about 3 days, and of course they can't come soon enough. This as government forces try to regain control of the northern city of Tikrit. The ferocious battle underway there now carries a huge symbolic meaning for both sides because, of course, Tikrit is the hometown of Saddam Hussein, where he was plucked from that hole. Remember that? So will the government win or the Islamic insurgents? General Jack Keane is a four-star general, the chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, and a Fox News military analyst. General, good morning.
Good morning. 75
Hellfire missiles. They're only going to last 3 days. So what happens after these missiles run out and after those 3 days?
Well, you're right. I mean, 75 is better than nothing, but they actually need hundreds of missiles to be able to make a difference. They are so frustrated with our foreign military sales. They have purchased aircraft, fighter jets, F-16s, Apache helicopters, and other weapons and ammunition from us, and it's been constipated in this process of trying to get to them in a timely manner because they certainly never foresaw the emergency crisis they would be in. But the fact of the matter is our bureaucracy in providing them the equipment they desperately need has been shameful, to say the least.
Well, and those Apaches, General, I'm sorry to interrupt, but those Apaches F-16s have been on hold because we were fearful that al-Maliki could use them against his political opponents. What should we do? Should we release those immediately, or is it too late?
No, they certainly could use that equipment, and the sooner we get it to them, the better. They have gone, as you know, to the Russians to get fighter aircraft and also some additional attack helicopters and other weapons and ammunition. And some of that is starting to roll into to Iraq as we speak. But the fact of the matter is, defending Baghdad, I think they have the wherewithal to do that. Conducting successful counteroffensive to retake the territory that's lost, as you're talking about right here in terms of Tikrit, that is going to be a challenge.
You know, talk about the military hardware. Not only are the Russians sending potentially 5 warplanes, but the Iranians have allegedly 2 flights a day pouring in military equipment. Do you think this will all be enough to turn the tide?
Well, I think it's going to be tough. I mean, what they'll need to help the ground movement is air support on a continuous basis to do it. We are obviously flying what we call intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, or ISR flights to determine where the enemy is and what the targets are. That is going to be very helpful. And then what we need is air support and a ground campaign working together, and that's usually a proven success story. The thing that we don't know here, Eric, and what our advisors are truly coming to grips with now, who are on the ground with the Iraqis, is what is the real state of the Iraqi army? Do they have the wherewithal to reconstitute themselves and to have successful ground operations against ISIS? They're beginning to understand whether that's possible or not, and we'll eventually discover that ourselves as these events unfold in front of us.
Yeah, it seems that we're in for this for the long haul. They say it could take 6 more months to potentially recapture Mosul, if that's even possible. General Jack Keane, thank you for your insight. Always good to see you.
Good talking to you, Eric.
Right. Martha.
This is quite a story.